Hi, it's Colin Pates here, ex-Chelsea, 400 games. Don't forget to subscribe to Chelsea SW6.
You're watching Chelsea SW6.
Hey everyone, I just finished watching a Champions League draw where we drew Ajax, Valencia and Lille. Now, it's not the best draw we could have hoped for, but it's far from the worst. We could have gotten Real Madrid, Inter Milan, Dortmund, and that would probably be the group of death. So I'm chuffed we didn't get that, but yeah, it's a magnificent group. It's not an easy one. It's definitely going to be hard, and we have to put in the work and work hard in training, considering the form we're in anyway. But yeah, I mean, Lille, they finished second in their league last season. Valencia finished fourth, and Ajax obviously won the Dutch league. So it's going to be a tough one, but definitely a doable one. If I'd have to make my prediction, I'd say we're going to find our stride and probably take that group. Yeah, and then it's just, the other three basically have to battle for the second spot. Probably us and Ajax gonna go through is my prediction. But yeah, definitely can't give away sloppy goals because those teams will take points from us. So yeah, that's my prediction on the group and what I think of it. And also wanted to say it's magnificent for the supporters. So if you can get your hands on a pair of tickets, definitely worth going to these games. They're all in touching distance. Spain, the Netherlands and France. So keep the blue flag flying high and hopefully see you guys there.
Well, the Champions League draw has just happened, and what a fantastic draw it is for Chelsea supporters. France, Holland and Spain. You can't get any better than that. Two of them you can get on the Eurostar. And let's look at the teams that we've ended up with. Ajax from Amsterdam. I really want to do that one. Ajax, of course, that got to the semi-finals last year, really played some nice, neat, tidy football, all on the deck. But they're not as strong as what they were last season. But nevertheless, it's still going to be a great game. And I'll tell you what, an occasion it's going to be, home and away. If anyone saw Ajax's games last season, you'd see that if you give them 3,000 tickets, they'll bring 7,000 or 8,000. And they'll flood the area. No doubt they'll be at Trafalgar Square early on in the day, and they'll do the march down the Fulham Road, and there will be thousands of them, all with their flares, and there's going to be some occasion even at Stamford Bridge. And in Valencia, we played them loads of times, and I think on 2 occasions we beat them 2-1. I think Avram Grant's first game after the Mourinho sacking, we won that one, and I think we won that one before. I remember Michael Essien getting the winner. And the Mestalla, that stadium rocks, absolutely rocks. Looking forward to that one. And Valencia, hello mum. She only lives up the road, but I say that, a few kilometres from Valencia, so maybe I can call in a little favour there. So I'd really like to do that one as well. As I say, it's all about the money really, see if I can do all three. But and the last one, France, Eurostar and Lille. So it's a cracking opportunity for the supporters. And this is what Champions League's all about. I think as far as qualification's concerned, I think we'll be all right. I think we'll finish in that top 2. And I think all the English clubs will be all right. Let's be honest. The draws for the Champions League, they're never easy. None of them are easy. You can't say there's easy games, unless you're Manchester City, of course. And especially that complete and utter group of death with Barcelona and Dortmund in. I mean, bloody hell. I want to be in that one, that's for sure. The only thing I didn't kind of understand is I was expecting Arsenal. Who did Arsenal get? Oh yeah. Their draw's tomorrow, isn't it?
Hello there, it's Francis SW6 here. Yeah, my reaction from the Champions League draw. Pretty decent group, to be fair. Obviously we've got Ajax, Valencia and Lille. Lille just so happens to be the club that we got Hazard from a few years ago. Well, quite a good few years ago actually. My reaction, well, 50-50. I mean, we can't take those teams for granted. We need to, I reckon we'll definitely get out the, I reckon we'll definitely finish within the top 2. Valencia, they've had their struggles. They're not too bad. I don't think we've ever played Ajax and Lille before, if I'm not mistaken. Ajax, I do actually like them as a team. I do like the way they play. It's obviously quite a young team as well, but they do also play quite an fast attacking style of play. I think it's similar to what Frank Lampard is trying to get at the moment. Yeah, that's my thoughts anyway. Some of the other groups, some of the other teams, Man City looks to have quite an easy ride, which is typical. Can't really say more than that. Yeah, so that's me from now. And oh yeah, obviously the Carabao Cup draw last night. So we're going to be playing either Grimsby or Macclesfield at home. For that one as well, I think we should play some youth. I think there's a good opportunity for Billy Gilmore to play in that, and hopefully I'd like to see him playing the Champions League games as well. I know he's not been in the Champions League squad list, but because he's under a certain age, I think he goes in the B list, so I don't think he actually has to be registered. But that's my view at the moment anyway, so love you, leave you, and keep the blue flag flying.
It's Ben here, and my reaction to the Champions League draw. So the first opponent we had picked out the pot was Ajax, which, even though they have lost some of their best players over the summer in the likes of Frankie de Jong and De Ligt, they are still a fairly tough team. You know, they still have players like Ziyech and David Neres, so I do think that Chelsea could struggle against them if we do not take this tie seriously. But also that Ajax away will be a pretty decent away day, because Amsterdam, and that's all that needs to be said really. And the second opponent that we got selected out of the group was Valencia, a Spanish team who do have their ups and downs, and I do think that Chelsea can be challenged by them, but as long as we put out a strong side, I do think we can beat them if we are playing, you know, on as well as we can, because end of the day, if you compare the two squads, we do have the stronger squad. And the third team we are up against is Lille, who is Hazard's old team. Sadly, Hazard's left us now, so no homecoming game. But they have also lost Nicolas Pepe over the summer to Arsenal, so they are now weaker in attack. But they do have good players in the likes of Thiago Mendes, who is a very good midfielder, winning the ball back and stuff like that. So I do think that Chelsea can progress through to the next round to the Champions League, as long as we do take the competition seriously, which I do think we will, due to having Frank Lampard as a manager, because he would feel very passionately about the Champions League. But I do believe that we can progress through the group stage into the knockout tournament.
Hi guys, yeah, Andy from Devon. First reaction on the draw. Wow, so Ajax, Valencia and Lille. Well, some big teams in there still. Obviously with some good European reputations. I mean, Ajax, how they can respond from last season. I mean, they lost a lot of players. Obviously, we also know about Valencia going to Mestalla. It's not going to be an easy place to go. And obviously, the trip to Lille. Now, obviously, with Joey Cole back at the club, he probably knows quite a bit about Lille themselves, having spent a season out there. So, yeah. First reactions, I'm actually quite happy. Obviously, local. Very close ties as well, so travel times can be good. We don't have to worry too much about going too far for travelling, so recovery time should be really, really helpful for the boys. So it's definitely a group we can finish in the top two. It's a winnable group as well, I must admit. And obviously for some of the young lads we've got, it's probably the sort of teams we probably want to play against. You know, these are teams that will keep the ball on the floor and play some football, and they will test us. They will test us. So yeah. So first point of view, really happy, but let's see what happens. Come on, the Chelsea.
Right. So we've got Valencia, Ajax, and Lille. Lille, not too worried about, but it could be a bit of a dark horse. I think we've got to be a bit careful with them. I think Ajax are probably the strongest team that we got there. They have lost a few players, but they're young. They're a good, hungry young side. They proved it in last year's Champions League, that they are a good, young, hungry side. Got a good manager on the books, and you know they've got a good coaching staff. So I think they'll be really, really tough. Valencia, I'm not sure. You know, I still remember Valencia from years ago. you know, when they were getting to Champions League finals, and they've really slipped off since then. So, you know, again, it's going to be tough for us if we push it and we put the right team out and we really go for it. We could pop second. Worst comes to worst, you know, we just end up back in Europa, which wouldn't be too bad. Maybe even play Arsenal again in the final and beat them 5-1. So it doesn't really matter, does it? But yeah, no, it'd be tough. You know, I see Man City got a nice easy draw. Liverpool weren't too bad either, but you know, we got quite a bogey one with Tottenham, to be fair. But you know, it could be worse. Could have had Real, Galatasaray, and Inter Milan. So, you know, I thought we'd done quite well. So it will be hard. You know, we're not gonna. It's not gonna be a walk in the park. Like any Champions League, it's called Champions League for a reason. You know, it's the champions of most of the leagues. You know, top 3, top 4. So yeah, I think we'll do all right. But if we don't get it, I think we get third. We won't come bottom. If worst comes to worst, you know, we'll get third. But I'm quite optimistic that we will get it. Ajax being probably the strongest team that we got there, to be fair. And Valencia, fancy a draw away, win at home. Ajax, either way. But Lille, I think we should do them both, home and away. But yeah, they are a bit of a dark horse, so we've got to really be careful with that one. So it's just, you know, wait until the first game, see how we go out. You know, we've got Sheffield United on Saturday, yeah. So we need 2 wins under our belts to get some confidence up. And then see how we go from there. Right, cheers.
Hey guys, it's me Mohammed for Chelsea SW6. I'm really excited about this. I've just found out about the Champions League draw. We've got Lille, we've got Ajax, we've got Valencia in our group, and oh my god, these are some amazing teams for us to be facing. In particular, I think I'm really excited about Ajax. Ajax is a team that I've been watching for the last 2 seasons, and I've really enjoyed watching a young, hungry team do so well. I mean, last season I was so gutted for them when they went out to Spurs. I really felt like they deserve to be in the final at least, and they're a team that I just think that they've got really wonderful talent. Obviously some of them have now been sold, and it does mean that there's going to be obviously chances for new ones to kind of come and show themselves. And I think Ajax is a team that I'm really excited for. I'm a bit gutted because of work commitments. I'm not sure if I can actually make it to any of the away trips. I would love to do Ajax away. That's always been one of my dreams, and we'll see what the situation holds on that one. And Valencia is a team that I think is still trying to get back to the good times that they used to be in, but they're also a very decent side, not to be taken lightly themselves. And I think Lille is a team that obviously plays like Nicolas Pepe and Eden Hazard over the years. Like, they've had plenty of really good talent. They're very good at identifying talent, identifying them early, getting them for cheap and selling them on for more, but also developing talent. And I think they are also not to be taken lightly. And I'm someone that obviously likes basically that we face the most difficult and the most best teams in the Champions League. I don't know how else to put it, because I think by being the best teams, that's how you prove yourself, not by having the easy teams and then you get that easy route like maybe Man City does in this case, which is always keeps happening. They just can't, unfortunately, deliver on the knockout stages for themselves. And I'm really excited for this Champions League season. It's great to have Champions League football at Stamford Bridge. I'm even more excited for Frank Lampard and the youngsters that we have to get this experience under their belt. And I just think this is a match made in heaven for us, man. I love this competition. I'm excited for the fans. I'm excited for the manager. I'm excited for the players. And I can't wait to see what sort of season we have this year in the Champions League. I really do feel very positive about it. I'll leave my opinion on how well I think we can do in this for maybe a stream or something like that. But other than that, I'm excited, man. I can't wait to see Chelsea do so well in this. I can't wait to see Mason Mount, Tammy Abraham, Hudson-Odoi. I mean, all the youngsters, man. Loftus-Cheek, but also some of the new talent that we've got. Kovacic, we've got Pulisic, we've got a lot of players that I'm really excited for. As long as we can stop leaking goals, I think we'll do really well in this competition. I expect us to hopefully top this group, and we'll see what we're like. But come on, the Chelsea, I'm excited, man. Champions League football is back.